Assalamualaikum and hi, good morning. I will present to you our project presentation for our group Tech Crushers. So first I'll start out with the title. So these are our group members and my name is Muhammad Rahaiza bin Rusli. So now that is out of the way, we'll open up Oracle VirtualBox Manager. So in the VirtualBox Manager, you will try to create a new machine called the server and the client. So let's do that by pressing the new button here, and then in this window you type in server because you want to create the hostname server. So make sure ISO image is selected as Debian and any version that you would like. Make sure everything else is the same. For now I will take the skip unattended installation, and the hardware I will just leave this as is, and it's same as the hard disk. So let's click finish. Now to create the client, all we have to do is right click on the server and clone it. But before I do that, we need to actually install the server Debian in the server machine first. So I will do that in off screen, so I will see you when I finish installing. Okay, now that we finished installing the server, all we have to do is right click on the server and clone it. What this will do is it will create a machine that is the same as server but for the client. So we click finish. As you can see, we have both server and client. So now we need to set up the internal network for the networking. So we right click on the server and then we click on settings. Here you click on the expert tab and then you click on the network. In adapter 1 for server, just leave it as the NAT. For adapter 2, click on the enable network adapter and click on internal network and then click OK. Same as the client, but the difference is the client you just replace the adapter 1 with the internal network. So now as you can see, we have internet network for both of these machines. So all we have to do now is start the machine. So let's start both the machines now by clicking the start. Alright, as you can see, I have both the server and client created with the correct host name, server in the server machine and client in the client machine. So to set up the networking, we have to go to the server first and type in this command sudo nano /etc/network/interfaces. Now we input our password for the root. Sorry, I'll try again. Yes. So as you can see, we have the file open right here. So we need to input these things here to the file. So I'll just import it here now. Okay, then you just do Ctrl X and Y, save. Okay, now that we set up the server,
nice kagak ada saya ikut nih.
so we set up DHCP on the server here. For the first one, here, this is the DHCP, which is dynamic IP, and this should be the static IP for here. So the difference between the static IP and the Dynamic IP is changing constantly, so the IP address is changing for constantly for any device that is using dynamic IP. But for static it is static, so the IP address doesn't really change constantly, and it stays in one IP. The difference between them is dynamic is usually good for portable devices such as laptops and phones, or anything that doesn't require large operations, but for static is recommended for servers because uh, it can maintain in one IP address. So that is for the static and IP and dynamic IP. So now we test the server if it can connect to the internet. So let's open Firefox here. As you can see, the YouTube is loading for the server part, which means that it is connected to the internet. So let's try the client. For this one, it should not have internet access because it's the client. As you can see, it cannot connect to the YouTube because there is no network connection. So that is it for my part of the project. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Kasian and I'll proceed to the next part, which is DHCP, also known as Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So normally for these two systems, there are two type of IP that we can set. One is static IP, another one is dynamic IP. Static IP is the one that we set manually, and for DHCP, it uses dynamic IP. So what DHCP does is that it assigns automatically the IP address to client according to the range that we set in the server. So first, let me quickly show the network adapters for server. The first adapter we use NAT to connect to the internet, and the second adapter we only use internal network as it was requested in the question. And for client, we only have one adapter which is internal network only. So first we'll start off with server. So I'll start off from the server. So for this video, I'm not going to show the installation for DHCP. I'm just going to show the configuration for the DHCP and the testing. So first, let me show the configuration for the interfaces in the server. So I can check the configuration for the interfaces by typing in this command, looks interfaces. So over here, as you can see, there are two adapters. So the ENP0S3 is set to DHCP, and then the S8 is set to a static IP address, and then the IP address is given below. So once you have set that, we can save and exit. And we can also set the range for the DHCP by typing in this command. So here, as you can see, we have set the range for the DHCP. This is the range, and this range was given in the question. So when the DHCP assigns an IP address to the client, it will be within this range lah. So once we have done, we can save and exit. So now we can restart the networking if you want. Once you have restarted, we can check the IP address. So we here, as you can see, for this adapter, this is the IP address. It's already set up. So next, we can restart the DHCP server. So once we've restarted, we can check the status of the DHCP server. Status. So as you can see, it is active and running. So that is how we make sure that the DHCP is already active and is already running. So next, let's proceed to the client machine. So for the client machine as well, we need to configure the interface. So for client, we only have one adapter. So there's only, we here only have one adapter and it's set to DHCP. So once you have written this, we can save and exit. And we can also do the restarting for the network over here as well. And once it has restarted, we can check the IP address to make sure that the DHCP has assigned a IP address within the range. So we type in this command. So as you can see for this adapter ENP0S3, this is the IP address and it is within the range. So for the testing, we can test to ping the IP address for the server from client machine. So we can ping the IP address of the server here. So as you can see, it is successfully connected. I can press Ctrl C to stop. So as you can see, it already transmitted successfully and there are zero packet losses. So we can do the same in server as well to make sure that it successfully pings to the client. So we type in the IP address that it showed just now in client, which is 10. And as you can see, it is also successfully connecting to the client machine as well. So over here in server, we can also try to connect to the internet. So I will try to connect to Firefox here to make sure that the internet is connected successfully. So over here, I can try to connect to YouTube if I want. Facebook. So as you can see in the server, it connects successfully to the internet. But if I try to connect in client, it should be unsuccessful since there are no internet connection in the client. Yes, so as you can see in the client, we cannot connect to the internet, but in the server, it is successful. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Sir. My name is Thunder Xiong. Now I will present my part, which is SFTP. SFTP stands for Secure File Transfer Protocol. It's a secure way to transfer file between computers over a network. SFTP operates as an extension of the SSH Secure Self Protocol, providing encryption for both command and data, and ensuring secure communication and file transfer. SFTP is widely used for securely transferring file and managing remove file system over a network. And now I will present how the SFTP works to ensure the server is up to date by using sudo apt update. When we done this command, we will upgrade the server by using sudo apt upgrade -y. After this, we use sudo apt install -y, open ssh-server in order to verify that the SSH is installed. After this, we use the command sudo systemctl start sshd to start the service. Then confirm the service status by using the command sudo systemctl status sshd. Now we're using the command sudo mkdir /srv /sftp to create the home directory for the srv and sftp. Then we create an umbrella group for sftp only by using the command sudo add group sftp users. After that, we create the sftp only user called server2 by using sudo add user -g sftp users -d /srv /sftp /ctix -s -sbin -no login server2. After this, we add the password to the created user by using command sudo password server2. Then we use the command sudo nano /etc /sshd underscore config to configure the SSH service. This will show the nano file. To ensure the password authentication, yes, line is not commented. So that we need to add rule for the user in SFTP group to be considered as SFTP. Then we reload the configuration by using command sudo systemctl restart sshd. And we need to verify that the sshd is running as expected using the command sudo systemctl status sshd. After this, we use the command sftp server2 at 192.168.1.254 in order to test the setup. For this, we create a directory by using the command sudo mkdir /srv /sftp /payment file. Then we use the command sudo curl server2 sftp users /srv /sftp /payment file to assign the user ownership of the directory. For this, we use the command sftp server2 alliance 192.168.1.254 again in order to test the setup. Then we using the command ls-l to produce a long list of the file and directories. Next, we switch to client server using the command sftp server2 alliance 192.168.1.254 to connect to the server. After this, we also using the ls-l to list the long listing in the directory. Hence, it can prove that the client connected to the server.
My name is Wong Chun Kiat. I will proceed with the web service. So web service is a software component or system that is designed to support interoperable machine-to-machine or application-oriented interaction over a network. A web service has an interface described in machine processable format. Web service promote a modular approach to development where specific functionality can be encapsulated as service and reused across multiple applications. So overall, web service play a crucial role in modern software development by providing a flexible, standardized, and efficient way to create connected and interoperable application. So we move to the step-by-step configuration. So the first step is make sure the local package is updated. We're using this command. Then after that, we have to install the Apache. So we're using this command. I'm sorry. Then we have to install the firewall. Okay, then we can check the available application by using this command. Then let me so after that we use this command to connect to the server using SSH. And this command. This command is allowing traffic on this port enable your server respond to the standard unencrypt web request from client. So we can check the status now using this command. Okay. Then we have to make sure the service is active. So we use this command. So it's active. Then we can disable the service by using this command. And enable it. So after that, we have to assign the IP address for the web server. So we're using this command slash. So we have to make sure that this row is here. You have to type, make sure the IP address is correct, then save. Then after that, we can create a directory like this. Sorry, it should be like this. Okay, then we have to assign ownership of the directory to the user. So and we have to allow the owner to read, write, and execute, then the else only can read and execute. So we have to change the permission using this command. Okay, so now we can edit our HTML code. So I type the code like this. We have the title, like welcome to Kia.com, and got some command like successful, like the website is working. So in order for Perche to serve this content, we have to type this command. So there is the code, right? We have to type here. So save. So now we can enable the file using this command. And disable the default size using this. Okay, so we can test for the configuration error using this command. Okay, so we try to restart the Aperture, the service. Okay, so after we restart the service, we can move to the testing part. So we open Firefox and type. So we are successfully accessed to the website we created. Then it shows that the website is working. So we move to the client part, and we can see we cannot connect to the server because we don't have the internet access. That's all from us. Thank you.